AEW President Tony Khan discusses AEW's complicated negotiations with Warner Brothers Discovery. Khan also opens up on losing Adam Cole to injury last year and provides an injury update on the former Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champion. Also, Tony Khan suggests that Adam Copeland's run in AEW might be the best run of the WWE Hall of Famer's career. Eric Bischoff has laughed at comparisons made by Khan between AEW and WCW. An update on the possibility of CM Punk versus Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre in a triple threat match at SummerSlam. And Rachel Ellering reportedly is All Elite. Hey guys, welcome back to Wrestling News 365. Hope everyone is doing very well. As always, there are plenty of news stories to get into in the world of professional wrestling. Let's start off talking about the latest when it comes to the negotiations between AEW and Warner Brothers Discovery, where the current television rights deal between All Elite Wrestling and Warner Brothers Discovery set to expire at the end of the year. Both sides have begun discussions about the possibility of renewing the deal for improved terms. During a recent interview with Sports Grid, AEW President Tony Khan shared an update on their conversations, indicating while they've leaned in an overall positive direction, the negotiation process itself is rather complex. Here's what Tony Khan had to say about these ongoing talks.
Well, we're having great conversations at Warner Brothers Discovery. Definitely, it's a great home for pro wrestling. TBS is the station that has the longest history of hosting pro wrestling of any channel in America. And we're really excited about having AEW every Wednesday on TBS and every weekend on TNT. I think it's awesome. And we're having great conversations with Warner Brothers Discovery. Mr. Zasloff himself has been really great, very engaged. And we're trying to figure this out. It's a very complicated thing. It's a big media rights package. And I'm very excited to keep working, hopefully for a long time, with Warner Brothers Discovery. We're having a great time here, and we have a great relationship with the management. Mr. Zasloff in particular has been fantastic to us.
I'm curious, Tony, can you kind of just tell people what this would change or what this would provide AEW when you guys are able to score the touchdown? I know you've referenced it's on that 10-5 yard line. The difference that this deal being done would make?
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be a huge thing. It will mean that all the investment into AEW has more than paid off. It'll mean a very secure future for AEW for a very long time to come. We're going to get a great media rights deal. We're having great conversations here, and we have a great home now at Warner Brothers Discovery. And, I think this is a great home for us. And I'm really pleased they want us to stay. They made us great offers, and we're having great conversations now. But, with 5 hours of wrestling every week and streaming, there's all kinds of things to talk about. And it's really, really very exciting for the future of AEW.
Now, as he mentioned in that interview, as it was alluded to, in another recent interview, Khan noted that discussions between AEW and WBD were nearing the metaphorical end zone. This indication lines up with previous reports circling the summer or fall of 2024 as the likely time frame for the company to make an official announcement on their new television rights deal. The projected length of this expected deal is still unknown, although Khan is hoping for AEW to remain under the WBD umbrella. Now, Adam Cole, what's the latest when it comes to Adam Cole and his recovery from his foot and ankle injury? Adam Cole has been out of action with an ankle injury since October 2023, and AEW President Tony Khan believes that it came at a terrible time. While speaking in the same interview to Sports Grid, Khan noted that the former WWE NXT star was involved in one of the company's A storylines when he got hurt, and the setback coincided with another top star getting injured. Here's what Khan had to say.
Well, he's one of our top stars. We love Adam Cole in AEW, and I think that the injury really affected us in a number of ways. First of all, you're losing a great star off the TV show, somebody the fans always want to see anytime they can be in AEW. And like you said, he was involved in one of the top stories in all of wrestling. And for us, it was a main event at Wembley Stadium. It was huge. MJF versus Adam Cole and their partnership, their friendship. It was a must-see part of AEW's show every week. And when Adam Cole got hurt, it really changed things for us. We had to go in a different direction with a lot of things on the show. It was compounded by the fact that same night, Jon Moxley was injured. And really, the top two programs, I think unquestionably at the time, had to be Jon Moxley versus Orange Cassidy and MJF versus Adam Cole. And with MJF and Adam Cole in the World Championship match at Wembley, and then their partnership and Samoa Joe getting involved, we had this fascinating dynamic with MJF, Samoa Joe, and Adam Cole. And that was our main event story. And to lose, top people, top wrestlers like Adam Cole and Jon Moxley out of the World Championship match and the International Championship match at the same time, on the same night, that was really hard. And we had to change a lot of things. And I was really proud of the pay-per-view we put on a couple weeks later, Wrestle Dream, the first ever Wrestle Dream. It was an amazing show, and it happened in the shadow of Mox getting hurt and, of course, Adam Cole having that injury. And with Adam Cole went out, it changed a lot of things. He is on the road to recovery. He will be back, and I'm really excited about that. I can't wait to have Adam Cole back in AEW. He's one of my favorite wrestlers. The fans love Adam Cole. And there's a lot of history left to be written for Adam Cole in AEW. He's had some great runs here, and unfortunately injuries have slowed him down a couple times now. And it's a real credit to him and I think to AEW, because some people maybe thought Adam Cole would never get as hot as he was 3 years ago. And he came in last year and he was hotter than he's ever been in his entire career. It was the hottest he's ever been. He was on fire. It was a complete freak accident injury. He will be back. And we have great plans and a great future for Adam Cole. Like we've been saying, it's challenging. Some of the people who are around him had to step up, but you saw MJF and Samoa Joe had a fantastic match that night at Grand Slam and a great rematch at AEW World's End. They're both great world champions, MJF and Samoa Joe, two of our top stars.
As Khan noted, Cole was involved in the storyline involving MJF that led him to being unveiled as the Devil at AEW World's End 2023. While MJF has since attacked Cole for his involvement in the kayfabe scheme against him, the angle probably didn't play out the way it was originally envisioned due to Cole's inability to compete, not to mention the fact that MJF had also had to take time off due to injury in his own right. But, as Khan mentioned there, he is confident that Cole will return and will eventually get back inside the squared circle. Now, an interesting comment here also by the AEW president regarding Adam Copeland and his run in All Elite Wrestling. Now, All Elite Wrestling has been a magnet for free agents over the last year, with the likes of Mercedes Moné, Will Ospreay, and Kazuchika Okada all inking contracts with the company. Another notable AEW acquisition is WWE Hall of Famer Adam Copeland, who signed with the promotion in hopes of working with his longtime friend Christian Cage, as well as the fresh palette of opponents standing before him in the AEW locker room. Since coming on board in October, Copeland has achieved just that, and according to AEW President Tony Khan, so much more, describing Copeland's run in AEW as possibly the best run of his entire Hall of Fame-worthy career.
Last year, we also signed Adam Copeland, the Rated R superstar. He was the TNT champion, the face of our other network, and he arguably has been on the greatest run of his entire legendary career, which is really saying something because he's had so many great matches, so many great runs. And what he's been doing in AEW is some of the best stuff. I'm really proud of that. And he was on this amazing run. Unfortunately, he got injured and he had to vacate the TNT title. But we've had so many great free agents come in just in the past year. And absolutely, I'll be active trying to get the top free agents in AEW. That's something I always believe in.
Now, as he mentioned, Adam Copeland did sustain an injury. It began in this cage match against Malachi Black, where he attempted an elbow drop off the top of the steel cage, led to Copeland breaking his tibia. What are your thoughts about the comments that are made there by the AEW president regarding Adam Copeland's run in AEW? Is it the best run of his career? Now, interestingly, someone who was quite opposed to the spot that ended up breaking the leg of Copeland was a former tag team partner of Edge, former tag team championship partner of Edge in WWE, that being Hulk Hogan. Now, this is very, very interesting stuff. Hulk Hogan detailed his confusion in an episode of The Outbound Life. He said, quote, "I was in the business for 40 years, and I am still a mark. I'm not smart yet, and I learn every day," Hogan prefaced. "I watched Copeland jump off the cage the other night. I haven't talked to him yet, but a trained professional, twilight of his career, jumps off the top. Please explain that to me." Hogan's confusion largely stems from the discrepancy between Copeland's popularity and the spot's overall spectacle. He asserted that talent who gravitate towards higher up spots do so because they're not over enough, and Copeland is over like a son of a gun. Hogan reaffirmed that Copeland did not need to dive from the top of the cage. He said, quote, you really didn't need to go up there. And if you're going to go up there, it doesn't mean anything unless you do something better than Mick Foley did, Hogan elaborated. Because Mick Foley got thrown off the top of the cage and hit a table. If you're going to beat Mick Foley, you need to be thrown off the top of the cage with no tape, and basically saying that he believes that Copeland didn't need to do it, shouldn't have done it, and now that's why he's got injured. What are your thoughts regarding what Hogan said there about Copeland? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Now, Eric Bischoff, he's had pretty choice words about Tony Khan and AEW and been a bit of a critic when it comes to the company, as well as someone that has actually appeared on AEW programming before. But we spoke yesterday and said that Tony Khan firmly believes that 2024 is set to be AEW's best year to date, but Eric Bischoff sharply disagrees. On the latest episode of 83 Weeks, the former WCW president ruthlessly slammed Khan's alleged comparison of AEW to WCW. He said, quote, I've gotten so used to Tony Khan saying stupid shit because he's not the brightest bulb in the Christmas tree. He's just not, Bischoff began. He may be really smart when it comes to data analytics, although I'm even beginning to question that because he's clearly not analyzing his own data. I'm sure there's many things that Tony Khan is intelligent about, but not when it comes to the wrestling business, and certainly not when it comes to WCW. The most recent episode of AEW Dynamite drew in nearly 700,000 viewers, and as of this recording, just less than 41,000 tickets have been sold for AEW's All-In pay-per-view at Wembley Stadium. Despite achieving promising figures in viewership and pay-per-view ticket numbers, Bischoff slammed AEW's weekly ticket sales after learning that the July 10 episode of Dynamite only sold approximately 4,000 tickets. Quote, so when Tony Khan makes comparisons and tries to compare AEW and Tony Khan's approach to the business to WCW, I just laugh, Bischoff scoffed. When we're talking about even 95, 96, 97, 98, and yes, even 1999, with the wheels falling off and flying down the highway and sparks flying and everything else, Tony Khan and AEW aren't even close to where WCW was when WCW was on its way to the bottom. Don't legitimately try to compare what you're doing to even WCW at one of its lowest points. So, what are your thoughts when it comes to Bischoff's comments there? Is he right? Is he wrong? Is he just a hater? Or is it actually constructive criticism? Let me know your thoughts about it in the comment section below. Now, SummerSlam is on the horizon, and some have wondered what we're going to see when it comes to Drew McIntyre, Seth Rollins, and CM Punk. Now, Money in the Bank, CM Punk once again cost Drew McIntyre the World Heavyweight Championship when McIntyre cashed in his Money in the Bank contract on Damian Priest and Seth Rollins in their World Heavyweight title bout. Priest ended up pinning McIntyre to retain his title, but due to the pre-match stipulation, Rollins could not get another shot at the champion as long as Priest was champion. This led to an in-ring confrontation between Rollins and Punk on the July 8th edition of Raw. On the latest edition of Wrestling Observer Radio, Dave Meltzer reported that WWE, at least as of 6 days ago, was not planning on adding Seth Rollins to the CM Punk vs. Drew McIntyre match at SummerSlam to make it a three-way. He said, quote, the Punk vs. McIntyre match is probable. Rollins probably will be involved in that match, but I was told it was not going to be a three-way, or at least as of 6 days ago, it was not going to be a three-way. Now, McIntyre is set to make his return to Raw tonight after being suspended for striking Raw General Manager Adam Pearce following the Money in the Bank PLE. And finally, an update on Rachel Ellering in All Elite Wrestling. Rachel Ellering hasn't received an All Elite graphic, but indeed she is All Elite. Now, previously, there had been questions about Ellering's status with the company after the Ring of Honor website included her on their official roster page. Sources have indicated to Fightful Select that Ellering has been signed to an AEW/Ring of Honor deal for quite some time. In many circumstances, there are All Elite graphics applied, though that isn't always the case. Whenever it's found out about that, of course, people ask questions and it's later reported. Now, Ellering wrestled on AEW TV in 2020 against Penelope Ford, as well as in the Women's Tag Team Cup, and then made an appearance on last week's Rampage against Thunder Rosa. However, she's appeared on Ring of Honor television semi-regularly for the last year, working 17 matches on the brand and picking up 6 victories. But there you go, guys. This is the latest pro wrestling news for you. Be sure to smash a like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. As always, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and I'll speak to you again very, very soon.
Hey guys, thank you for watching, listening, streaming, or however you come across this video today. Be sure to click on the video on the right there to watch our next video, or click the bottom there to subscribe, or the bottom right hand corner. Thank you very much, and I'll speak to you again very soon.